Welcome back to the Real Estate Guru, and today we'll be looking at how to spot a very great real estate deal. This topic is essential for first-time home buyers, for seasoned investors, and for anyone who wants to generate revenue via real estate. So get ready with me as we go into 5 essential tips on how to spot a great real estate deal. Number 1, know your market. Market research is one of the most crucial things in real estate. And when I talk about market research, I'm talking about what kind of properties do you want to go into? Do you want to go into single family properties, or you want to go into multi-family properties? Single family properties are owned by one household, basically. This may include the husband, the wife, and the children if they have any. Multi-family properties are properties with more than one housing unit. It could be a town house, it could be an apartment complex, it could be a duplex, a triplex, or even more. In multi-family properties, we have the residential multi-family properties and the commercial multi-family properties. Residential multi-family properties have between 2 and 4 units, while the commercial multi-family properties have 5 units and above. Talking about market research, one other thing you also need to look into is the location. For example, in Texas, the amount that 5-bed and 2-bath property is going to sell will definitely be different from the amount it's going to sell in Cleveland. Why? Because the location varies. So there are so many factors that determine prices, and there are so many factors that are being influenced by location. The second tip is budget. For you to be able to close a very good deal in real estate, you need to have a budget. For example, if I have a budget of $100,000 for a particular single family property somewhere in Missouri, and I am able to negotiate with the seller for $80,000 or $90,000, I have been able to save $10,000 for myself. So I can consider that to be a very good deal. Someone else can have a budget of $600,000 for a multi-family property in Texas, and if the person is able to negotiate that property for $550,000, that could be a good deal for the person, depending on the condition of the property. So one of the advantages of budgeting is that it helps your negotiation skill. You know you don't want to go beyond these limits. So budgeting is going to keep you on track. It's going to make you have a benchmark and limit to how much you want to spend when it comes to investing in real estate. Also, if you have a budget of $150,000 and you want to get a property worth about $500,000, and probably you are looking for a way to finance that property, you could finance it through hard money loans, FHA, which we call the Federal Housing Administration loan. You could also finance it through what we call seller financing and equity home loan. All these financing options are things I'm going to discuss with you in my next video. Number 3 is for you to know the condition of the property. And when I talk about knowing the condition of the property, you want to ask questions like, when was this house built? Having known when it was built, you want to go further to ask that when was the last time any major renovations was carried out on this property? If at all there was. How about the cooling and the heating systems? When was the last time maintenance activities was carried out on them? How about the roof? Is it fixed recently? How about the plumbing system? Is it in good and perfect working condition? So these questions and more are things you need to ask before you can be able to say that you have spotted a great deal. The fourth thing to consider is the future resale potential. So it's not just about buying a property now, but it's about what the property will be worth in future, that is in 2 or 3 years' time. And one of the things that determines the value of a property is location. When I say location, I mean proximity to major places like the beach, like shopping malls, like schools, and so many places where there is a construction or big projects going on. The likelihood for a property to increase in value in a downtown of a particular region, let's say for Cleveland as an example, is very high compared to other parts of Cleveland that are not as developed. So the more the development in an area, the more likelihood of the value of your property to increase in that particular area. Example, if I buy a property worth $2 million in Clearwater Beach in Florida and I put it out there for rent, there is high chance and likelihood that my property value is going to increase massively because of the way people troop into Florida year in and year out for vacation and other fun activities. So they have multinational companies coming to that region to set up a branch, to set up an extension. So these factors and these commercial activities tend to influence the value of a property. So it's not just about buying a property today or now, it's about what the future resale potential is. The last but not the least is for you to look for motivated sellers. Who is a motivated seller? A motivated seller is someone who is willing to let go of his property provided that he gets a very good deal for it. For example, if you have someone that has owned this property for 10 years or more, and you also have someone that just bought this property 3 years ago, who has more likelihood of selling? Of course, it's the person that has owned it for a longer period of time. What are the things that can motivate people to sell their property? In real estate, there is something we call foreclosure. Foreclosure is a process where the homeowner is not able to keep up with his mortgage on his property. So he's being forced to sell because either the bank or the lenders will come and repossess their property. And I'm sure that a lot of people don't want their property to be repossessed, so they are very motivated to sell. The second process in real estate that can motivate someone to sell is called probate. Probate is the transfer of title from a deceased to the next of kin. And in some cases, next of kin may be well-to-do and they just want to have their parents' property, so they tend to let it go. And there are also times where there are family issues, and it's very hard for families to make a decision as to who will reside in the property, or so many issues related like that. What they tend to do is to also sell their property. So another category or another scenario that can happen when it comes to next of kin is that just having that thought or having ownership of their late parents' property can trigger some memories, like childhood memories and reactions. So a lot of next of kin do not want that, and they tend to let their properties go. These are the tips on how you can spot a very great real estate deal. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notification for more. I am the real estate guru.